Welcome to the Cavaliers Sports Report. I'm your host, Mackenzie Moore. Today we have with us freshman golfer, Charlie Rinehart. Charlie, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
You guys are just finishing up your fall season. Before we talk about that and how you guys did in the last couple tournaments, I'll just ask you, what's the biggest change-up, because you are a freshman, what's the biggest change-up from playing high school golf versus now as a college golfer?
College golf, you're looking at every hole. You're trying to make par, bogey it worse, and you're just trying to fight and keep your spot. You know, you have to play well, make top fives, but in high school, you can just hit drivers all day long. And if I play decent in high school or even pretty bad, I can still make top five. It's just not as much competition. But at college, it's just hard to get top fives if you're just making big numbers.
Is that something that when you first started out the first couple tournaments that was definitely like you see that big difference? Or is it something just each tournament you have to think, this is going to be top-notch competition, I always have to put in my A game?
Well, some tournaments, such as National Preview or any of our conference tournaments, I know that I have to play really well to get top five. But tournaments such as the Blue Devil Classic that we just had, I was a little more comfortable there because I play there all the time. That's where I live. That's where I work. So that course I knew more than anything else. So I knew where to miss, where to hit shots. So I think that place was much easier for me. But competitions such as National Preview is much tougher.
All right, and you brought up both of those two tournaments. That's where you guys finished at the end. With the National Preview, you guys got 9th. And then at the Blue Devil Classic, by far first. What is the difference between playing in those two types of tournaments? One where you guys are clearly the victors and you're clearly favored, versus the National Preview where you're facing the top dogs in the land, and these are the people you're going to have to come up against when you guys go in the spring for the national championship.
Well, the thing is, National Preview, it's schools all around the country. You know, a lot of schools are from the South where it's warm all year and they can practice all year round, such as we can't. You know, Kansas City, you have snow 2 months out of the year, so you're just sitting at home and you can't really do anything. But tournament like the Blue Devil Classic, it's mainly all schools from Kansas and Missouri, so it wasn't a stiff competition, but schools from the South and all around America, it's just much tougher to compete.
Did you like getting out there for that, because it's the Spirit Hall golf course, the same one you guys will be doing in the national championships, the same opponents, same level on the golf course. Did you like getting out there for that first look at that course? the first time. Because if we weren't to play in the National Preview, which half of the teams that will be at Nationals didn't do, you're digging yourself a hole because that place is just so tough. You have to know where to hit it, and it's just around that course, there's penalty strokes waiting for you everywhere. There's water, there's bunkers, there's trees, there's just a little bit of everything, so it's tough. All right, so 9th at the National Preview. Is that where you guys felt you guys should have finished?
Well, none of us played well for sure. Definitely a struggle. It was first time playing, but I think now that we have a feel for it, we can easily probably get top 5 in nationals if we just play our best.
All right, so what are you guys going to need to do in the winter to keep yourselves ready to go and not have that drop off going into the spring season?
Well, we're going to try to get to the indoor facility at Overland Park as much as possible if it's snowing. If it's just cold and there's no snow on the ground, I'm going to try to get out there and just bear the conditions. But if there's snow on the ground and I can't even get out of my house, I mean, I might as well just chip balls in my living room over furniture. It's not the safest thing, but it's something.
You got that the green that rolls out?
Definitely, it helps.
It's good to hear. All right, I hope you guys end up doing well. I know I had fun watching the last year's team get so close, and hope you guys give me that same thrill in the spring.
Thank you for having me.
That's it for this edition of the Cavaliers Sports Report. I'm your host, Mackenzie Moore. Thanks for watching JCAV TV.